Evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So, back at Starlight Drive In, working on our prison. As you can probably see, I've completed the extra cell blocks now. I just want to quickly show you a little something I discovered while I was working on the second one. Really wish I'd discovered it in the first one, because it would have made life a lot easier. Yeah, I haven't actually powered up the other two yet. 3 yet, I should say. As you may remember, I had some difficulty getting the roof on with that first one there, and I've come up with a little solution while I was doing it, which was to use floors. And with this little trick, they'll just snap straight in, because unlike the roofs, which want to sit in between the walls, floors just go straight over the top of them. So, we'll open up the build menu eventually. There we go. And so, quite simply, stick an extra couple of walls in a corner. Give them something to snap to. You do need the walls above them. And obviously I'll take those right back out, and then just snap it straight in. Take those walls back off, and you can literally just snap the rest of the floor panels in place. Simple as, just like that. And I really wish I'd known about this in the first place, because glitching the roof in on the last one took me literally hours. It was a nightmare. But there we go, problem solved. You actually see me use it on a couple of occasions further through this little build. So, I get started. I was looking for, I suppose I'm calling this a sort of prisoner processing area. So all my cell blocks are off to the right there, and this is where the prisoners will first arrive and be processed into being assigned to cells and brought into the prison itself. So I'm going to slap the foundation down. I have to move this around in a minute, which is slightly annoying, and even more annoying that I didn't move it far enough. So getting walls and things in was very, very annoying. Pretty happy with the result of this. There's a couple of little bits and pieces I thought of that I'm really pleased with. I'm going to try and build a sort of visitor's entrance, probably roughly behind where we were standing there. Try and use the projection booth and cafe as part of that, seeing as I'm stuck with it. Yeah, so now I have my joyous problem for this particular build. For some reason, on the last of my cell blocks and ever since, those powered doors do not want to snap. Just won't do it. Wouldn't do it when I built the last cell block, won't do it now. It was driving me absolutely batty. Ended up glitching it in the end, in fact on both buildings. And I was really quite peeved about the whole thing. So we're trying again. It's just not doing it. It's really annoying because it should. I tried to put walls on to kind of encourage it to snap to the walls as well. No, just not happening. Not a happy bunny about that at all. So, we'll run on a little bit and get some more floor and walls in place. I had a lot of thinking on the fly while I built this, so it's like, what am I going to do with this space, what am I going to do with that space? And as you can see, just before I ran out of room, hit the side of the first cell block there. It's actually the last one I built, but yeah, cell block A. Yeah, and the ground's too high there, so that's not going in either. There we go, figured it out. So bash our way through this. Shouldn't take too much longer. So I'm quite happy with the results. We've got some pretty good facilities built in here. It looks pretty cool. Slight lack of junk decoration that I could have done with, but I just haven't got the pieces to do it. There's an armory going in this building in a bit, and as I say, I lack the weapons and armour to furnish it properly. So all the shelves are in there, but and armour racks and stuff, but no actual weapons on them. Yeah, skipped on through this a bit. Yep, hit the side of the entrance way there, I suppose it is, the entrance arch. Cunning plan to fix it, just take the corner off. Not very elegant, but it worked. I didn't really need the space in there anyway. Not quite sure how all this is going to end up working with building in exterior walls and stuff. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh yeah, useful little point. Just watch out, because you can see the wall pieces sticking up to the side there, and they're meant to do that. It was bugging me for a while I tried to figure that out. So we've got the upper walls on now as well, just snapping the floors into that first room. I don't know why I just ignored the red storm. I could have just gone slept rather. Got rid of that and it would have been much better, but it passes in just a moment anyway. If I remember rightly, just in time for me to put the roof on and make it dark on my own accord anyway. I've used the shack upper floors here, but I'm rapidly going off those for, at least for the concrete buildings. They just seem to be more hassle than they're worth, and twice as thick as the regular ones. And the regular ones just snap in at the top height, so you just wind up with taller rooms downstairs. And as the wall pieces are on the outside and snap one on top of the other, you don't have a problem with the daylight showing through, as you would with the wooden shack pieces. So yeah, stick those on. I wanted single pieces rather than the ones that snap on, so that's single bars, you know, rather than having T-sets on the long edge. Roof pieces. Actually did keep some of the roof pieces. Some places use floors, some roofs. Just making do really. But the result's good, so we're happy. And there goes that red storm at long last. It was a lot longer watching it back actually. Yeah, come on. Faff with the wall. This is where, as I say, the floor pieces become more useful than the roof pieces. Well, that one goes in, now the wall won't go back. Got to be awkward, hasn't it? Come on, nope. Hole in the floor, that looks stupid, and it won't clip. Snap thing. There we go. Give up on that. And exhibit A of my discovery with using the floors as roofs. Slap some walls on, straight in, simple as. Now I can't see to take the roof off, so we did that. Right, we've moved on to the other half of the building now. This will become the sort of entrance area, proper processing area proper. The back end's going to be storage, and I'll put the Warden's office in upstairs as well. I was quite pleased with that little addition. It's only small, but it's quite a nice little spot. Faffed around with these stairs far too long. Just sat there and stared at them for a while, I don't know why. So I had to deliberate between whether or not I wanted them near to the door or near to the window. It's like a no-brainer in hindsight. I'm not trying to go through a window, so there we go. Eventually figure out how to take the ceiling off, that might help. There we go, come on. No, I'm still trying to dick about with it. Yeah, there you go. Right across the doorway, no use to anybody. Especially as I'm quite happy with what I put into that space, so not being able to get in would just be really annoying. Not that I was ever considering that anyway. Yeah, another daft moment. Can't get down the stairs now. Developed a bit of a liking for the warehouse floor pieces with the mesh on them. It's see-through. I think it looks really good as part of a prison. I'll probably find some excuse to use it in another build at some point as well. I do like them, they're cool. Although I keep thinking about fishnet every time I see it. Filthy mind, no doubt. Yeah, roof went straight on, nice and easy. Although it's not going to stay there. Still got no doors. What I do like about using the concrete though, is if you've ever walked past a real life construction site, it looks vaguely like a building under construction. Even more than obviously the other tabs do. It's a silly little thing, but it amused me. There we go, finally glitching that door in. I end up leaving it with the power conduit on the outside, which I was thinking actually was about cool, but as it would stick it to the other side, I'd wind up with a wire trailing across the room if it was on the inside. So maybe it wasn't such a bad call after all. At this point I'm trying to make sure the door lines up with the floor. It's actually a little low when I set it in, to see when I come around and have a look at it. But it works fine, settlers can move in and out of it. Shared one just standing there walking into it until I powered it up and let him in. For some reason he wouldn't change path and walk round the building. They're not that bright, I suppose. Oh yeah, I've got a really cool little plan for my generator as well. I'm going to use one of the fusion core generators, put it up in the projection booth. So yeah, I'm obsessed with these powered doors at the minute apparently, but they don't seem to like me very much because it wasn't going in. As we'll see in a second, I ended up just putting in one of the standard doorways, and I had to move that around because those dratted bollards won't scrap, and you can't clip anything through them either. I could probably have gotten away with it with a rug glitched item, but as the doors are designed to snap, you can't rug glitch them. So I did for about half a second contemplate tearing the whole thing down, moving it further back and starting again, but no. It was basically my decision not going to happen. And I kind of don't mind that it's a bit rough and ready either. I feel like I should mind. It's my laziness kicking in. Yeah, I faffed around with that for a while, that door. So I thought I could get a door to clip onto the front from the inside. It certainly seemed to be doing, but no, it didn't work. I think I may have just been wishful thinking there. So we've gone back to the ordinary floor pieces because the upper floors won't fit in now the door's a little bit further in. Same problem you have with the roof, for some reason. Yeah, this is me faffing around with that door. Inspired by trying to put that wall in there, which is, yeah, I don't know why I decided to do that either. I wind up thinking of weird ideas and brain goes to strange places when I'm doing this. Yeah. It did look for a moment like it was going to snap into place, but yeah, definitely wishful thinking. I'll give up in a second. I promise. Give up. Yeah, it'll go on the inside. That's no use to anybody though. See, there we go. So, moving on. I wanted to differentiate between the security area and sort of the staff area and the area to move the prisoners through. So I've got a little area that they'll be to have their various belongings taken away and eventual uniform given to them. Though I haven't actually brought anything down to use as a uniform. Vault suits would seem like the obvious choice. If I had mods, I could even turn them orange. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh well, gotta love the PS4. And I managed to put the door on the wrong way around again. Yeah. See, with the prison theme, I like those cage doors. Leaving Covenant, they have a little prison cell that they use one of those doors for. Yeah, security desk. I do like these things. You can actually have people man desks and stuff like that. As a result of the Vault-Tec DLC, it's good. It creates the helps you finish off the aesthetic. There we go. Internal walls not fitting under the upper floors. That's why I don't like them. So take them off. Put ordinary floors on there. Doesn't make any sense, but hey, when does it ever? Yeah. And a rug glitch this in because I want it to sit right up against the edge of the window there. Make it look more like a counter than a desk. Nice and simple. And then leave the rug on because I'm wrong. Actually, the really dumb thing was I've left the rug sticking out the side there. I should have put it underneath, sort of reached under the desk to get hold of it. Because as soon as I take that rug off, it's just going to drop down. It won't be level with the window anymore. Whilst the settlers will still use it, it won't look right. So I want it to look like a countertop on that level with that window. The new shop fronts will actually sit inside there without even being glitched in. which is a nice little bonus. Which I did in my Jamaica Plains build actually. Yeah, that was a little too far forward. Ended up leaving that floor in there because I kind of like the idea that the Warden can see downstairs from inside the office, or just shout downstairs, one or the other. There you go. And this is going to be a sort of a reception area come guard post for the Warden's office and for the armoury, which will go upstairs there. I was going to use it as part of my design for the lower floor as well, as an extension, which is why the staircase is there. I left it in because I actually like the look of it with the staircase in there. Plus the room's just bigger than it needs to be anyway. I didn't fancy tearing it apart. But yeah. So yeah, I've forgotten where I was going with that ramble. That wall's coming out, by the way. It will be a door in there to get into the armoury from this side, so you don't have to go through the storage space downstairs. That's where I was going. Yeah, that storage space on the lower level I decided to make into somewhere for the prisoners' personal belongings to be kept. So they'll be confiscated on their arrival, stored and returned when they're released. So they need to be stored somewhere, and that's what that space is going to become. You'll see what I did with it in a bit. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Took a bit of faffing to do. I had to develop a new technique, but I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Yeah, the place is actually starting to come together now. Faffed around for an absurd amount of time trying to get this dividing wall in. I kind of wanted it to be compartmentalised, so that you come through the door into the first compartment. That's where your belongings are taken away, jumpsuit given out, and then you moved on into the next section. Although it's a little simpler than it could be, I suppose. But, I didn't have that much room to work with, so. Overall results I'm happy with. To move the wall, because that dividing wall I wanted to put in just wouldn't go in, because the walls are too close together. Not that moving that doorway really helped much, it just makes it kind of hard to get past the stairs. Still, it works. Often an easy way of doing it when you put in internal walls in like that, just let it snap in wherever it wants to, and then move it along like that. Just trying to put it directly in place, sometimes it's just awkward. So, what are we up to now? Sticking a few doors in. It's getting a bit dark there. I don't know if that's just my preview or not. There we go, yeah. Anyway, so this is the finished product. Basically ready to decorate up to that point anyway. So I did. Switch on the inside so the guard can operate it. Again, wire glitch through the wall, but it works. See, and hand your belongings over. Well, say can, you're kind of obliged to. Wanted some better directional arrows, unfortunately, but it was the Nuka World ones or the marquee ones, and neither really looked the part. Just a little bit of furniture to make it look like a workspace. A few posters to decorate it a bit. I've used the wooden filing cabinets because they sit closer to the walls than the metal ones for some reason, unless you rug glitch them in. So yeah, this is my favourite part, because I've managed to get those footlockers on all the shelves. I've actually done a little tips and tricks video on how to do it. We've got one for each cell in the entire prison, one footlocker for each cell. So that's 14 per cell block, which, if memory serves, comes out at about 58, 56, 58, one or the other. Yeah, maths, not my strong suit. Either way, very happy with that low result there. Trying to get a settler to man that particular position, but they don't want to cooperate. So a quick look in the armoury. As I said, furniture's in, no actual junk to put on the shelves. Well, weapons and armour, I just haven't got enough of it collected. We go and hunt down some gunners, I suppose, but this took long enough to do as it was. Well, to be fair, it takes longer to edit these videos than it does to make the buildings. Roll on the day and get my new computer. Oh yeah, glitched 2 ordinary desks together rather than using a security desk there, because I was having enough issues with people moving around once they're assigned to security desks. And I just didn't want it to look the same as all the others. Did try an overseer's desk, but that was just too big for the space. Just didn't look right. So, have a quick look around the outside. I'm going to build walkways and fence them off somehow. I haven't quite decided how, but I will do. Between the various buildings and make it look like a proper prison facility. Got something of a plan for that. Kind of. But, there'll also be an exercise yard in the middle area, which we'll look at in just a sec. There you go. So yeah, you'll have an exercise yard in the middle and then fenced off walkways. With the visitors' entrance just to the left there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, so on and so forth. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.